Who is this actually good for, who should skip it, and is it worth the price for normal everyday buyers? If you've been scrolling through endless listings of CNC plasma tables and wondering whether you're about to waste hard-earned cash on a machine that will sit idle, you're not alone. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. In the next few minutes I'm going to walk through the kind of shop you need, the day-to-day frustrations you might run into, and why the Eastwood VersaCut 2 feet 2 inches might be the sweet spot or a costly misstep depending on what you actually plan to cut. First off, let's talk about the decision that trips most hobbyists up. Do you need a full-size industrial table or is a compact, all-in-one rig enough? I've spent the last couple of weeks reading forum threads, watching build logs from small automotive restorers, and even talking to a couple of local weld shops that dabble in sheet metal. The consensus is clear: there's a sweet line between "I want precision without a massive footprint" and "I'm going to outgrow the machine before it even arrives." The VersaCut lands right on that line because it packages a 2-foot square cutting area, a 40-amp plasma cutter, and a dual-voltage power supply into a single frame. That integration saves you the headache of hunting down a separate torch, a separate controller, and a separate workbench. If you're setting up a garage or a small hobby shop, the fact that the whole thing fits on a standard concrete slab is a real plus. Now, the practical side of everyday use. Imagine you're building a custom exhaust bracket for a classic car. You pull a 3mm sheet of mild steel from the rack, clamp it to the table, load a DXF file of the bracket outline, and let the machine do its thing. The VersaCut's software interface, while not the flashiest, is straightforward enough that you can get a cut in under 5 minutes after the initial 0-point calibration. The real strength shows up in repeatability. Once you've nailed the origin, the next 10 cuts land within a couple of millimeters of each other, which is exactly what you need when you're fabricating a set of identical brackets. For small batch production, that kind of consistency saves you hours of manual measuring and recutting. On the flip side, the 22-foot bed does impose limits. If you're hoping to cut full-size car doors, roof panels, or larger HVAC ductwork, you'll quickly hit the edge of the work area. The machine will still cut, but you'll have to split the piece, realign, and hope your seams line up perfectly, an extra step that can eat into the time savings you expected. Also, the 40-amp cutter is respectable for most hobbyist projects, but it starts to struggle once you move past a 1/4-inch CH steel. You'll notice the torch linger longer on thicker sections, and the cut edge can become a little rough, requiring a secondary grind. If you're planning to work with 3/8-inch CH or thicker material on a regular basis, you'll likely need a higher amperage unit, which means additional cost and a different power setup. Another hidden trade-off is ventilation. Plasma cutting produces a lot of fumes and spatter, especially when you're working with coated or painted metal. The VersaCut itself doesn't include an integrated extraction system, so you'll have to rig a shop vac or a dedicated fume extractor. In a well-ventilated garage this isn't a deal-breaker, but if you're in a tighter space you'll need to budget for that extra equipment. I've seen a few newcomers underestimate the need for proper airflow, only to end up with a smoky workshop and a lingering metallic taste in the air. That's a practical cost that often gets overlooked when people focus on the table price alone. So, who should actually buy this? If you are a weekend metal hobbyist, a DIY-oriented automotive restorer, or a small-scale fabricator who mostly works with sheet metal up to about a 1/4-inch thick, the VersaCut gives you a ready-to-go solution. Its dual-voltage capability means you can plug into 110V if that's all you have, or switch to 220V for a bit more power when you need it. That flexibility is handy for people